Joining me on India First on this special broadcast is Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswati, a very well-respected spiritual leader, author of a bestseller From Hollywood to the Himalayas, A Journey of Healing and Transformation, and a key leader of the Parmarth Niketan. Swagat hai aapka, Sadhvi ji. What do you make of the sea of devotees we saw from the 13th of January through Makar Sankranti, Mauni Amavasya, Basant Panchami, Magh Purnima and Mahashivratri? 66 crore took a dip. You were there. What do you make of this? Is this, as the Prime Minister says, dawn of a new era?
Unprecedented Vyavastha, that which nobody thought was possible. You know, they were expecting maximum of 450 million, 45 crores, 50 crores, maximum. And everybody thought, okay, maybe that's a little overestimating. But here we have broken that by so much. And yet, despite the huge numbers, no conflict, no chaos, no fighting, no anger, no nothing. Everybody has been bathing together, sleeping together, eating together so beautifully.
So is Bharat reconnecting with our civilizational roots? You've lived on the banks of Ma Ganga in Rishikesh for years. Is this Mahakumbh experience different from earlier kumbhs that you've been a part of?
Being here on the banks of the Sangam, it's Ma Ganga, it's Ma Yamuna, it's Ma Saraswati. But in addition to the Sangam of sacred rivers, it is a Sangam of people, of every race, of every religion, of every walk of life. It's really this extraordinary experience of oneness, of ekta. It's also been this time where after 144 years, the planetary alignment, the energy of the cosmos is so powerful that even living in Kali Yuga, even in this age of darkness and ignorance and Maya and illusion, we have this incredible opportunity to actually awaken, to have moksha, to have freedom, to have enlightenment. I mean, it's always possible, of course, but anybody on a spiritual path will tell you it's very difficult. And this Mahakumbh has been a time of such high energy, such powerful energy, that it gives us this really wonderful head start and push ahead on our spiritual paths, but also this opportunity to be together with so many people.
You know, in Bharat, we often hear of this north-south divide or the language divide or caste divide and sect divide. The Prime Minister says this Kumbh has sent out a different message of Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. When you look at these images of crores and crores of devotees from across the country, irrespective of their caste, creed, sect, dharma, in some instances, taking a holy dip together, eating the same prasad together, what message does that send out for you?
Everywhere I've been, on the Ghat, in the Sangam, wherever you go, nobody's asking anybody, hey, what is your caste? Or what is your last name? Or how big is your house? Or how much money do you have in your bank account? Or who did you vote for in the last election? Or anything, no divisions at all. Everyone is just one. Nobody's saying to anybody, what name or form do you worship God in? Where do you come from? Nothing, just oneness. Everyone together, holding hands, chanting Ganga Maya Ki Jai, Har Har Mahadev, everyone together, doing arti together, sleeping together. Here at our Parmarth Niketan camp, we've had our pandal, which I think is probably the biggest pandal in the entire Mela. Having the entire pandal open for people to sleep. We've had thousands and thousands of people sleeping head to toe, head to toe, head to toe, squashed into the pandal. And yet they come as strangers. And within
Yes.
5 minutes, they're family. They're sleeping
Oh, how
right
sweet.
next to each other.
Yes. They come as strangers and then they are family, one family. But, you know, you grew up in Hollywood, you grew up in the United States of America, you graduated from the Stanford University, and you've written about this transformation from Hollywood to the Himalayas. This year, there were more than 50 lakh foreigners and tourists and devotees who came from overseas, from 70 countries, as the Uttar Pradesh government puts it. You know, there's a conflict that's on in Russia and Ukraine, but devotees from Russia and Ukraine were together. Same is the case with devotees from Israel and from so many other countries. What draws them to Bharat?
I never really learned how to find deep happiness, how to find deep meaning. I never learned the truth of who I am, who the divine is, what is my relationship to the divine. You know, I always say that I grew up in a world where we were taught to ask, what for me? Mere liye kya? Mujhko kya milega? And yet, despite asking that question so many times, despite how much we got, we weren't deeply happy. And yet here in Bharat, in Sanatan Sanskriti, in Sanatan Dharma, what we learn to ask is not what for me, but we learn to ask what through me. Mera dwara kya? Meri madhyam se kya? And in that shift, all of the happiness arises. We learn that life and happiness is not about bada banna. Chahe gard ho, chahe gadi ho, chahe pocketbook ho, chahe apna naam ho. But it's not about bada, but it's about bariya banna. And this Sanskriti is bariya. And this Mahakumbh has given us all this opportunity to take a dupki in that bariyaness of the Sanskriti, of the Dharma.
So it's not bada, but it's badhiya. So to feel good from within. But Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswati ji, there was a stampede both at Prayagraj and at the New Delhi railway station. And then pilgrims had to walk long distances. There were massive traffic jams. There was chaos. Now, since you were there right from the beginning and you're still there when it's ended, this Mahakumbh, did the administration, in your view, fail to live up to the commitment and the promise made to the devotees?
One of the things that I love so much about the devotion of people in India is that it's like, kuch bhi ho jaye, I am going to get that prasad. Kuch bhi ho jaye, I am going to have darshan in that mandir. Kuch bhi ho jaye, I'm going to get to that place. And it's beautiful and it's amazing and it's something I love so much. But there also is a sense of law and order when you've got police people and you've got barricades that needs to be followed. And I've seen with my own eyes so many people fighting with police people, jumping over barricades, that as tragic as it was what happened, first of all, with so many people, inevitably accidents are going to happen. You bring that many people together, some people are bound to have heart attacks, some people are bound to have other things happen. And you're bound to have accidents in some way or another. But what I saw was, first of all, amazing vyavastha, amazing arrangements, and also so much bhakti and love and asta on the parts of the people that it literally had them breaking barricades, crossing over barricades, pushing police and security people out of the way. So I don't blame the government in any way. It is a tragedy what happened. We had prayers and puja and a ceremony bringing saints for them. But the arrangements, the prashasan has been phenomenal.
Okay. There are lessons to be learned so that next time if mistakes have happened, they don't happen again. Things are improved. But Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswati ji, the Prime Minister feels this is the dawn of a new Bharat. Is there a transformation taking place in our country? Rediscovery of roots. Is it temporary or is this transformational?
I have seen an incredible upsurge in the pride of being Indian, in the reconnection to the Dharma, to the Sanskriti. I've been here in India now almost 30 years and have had the blessing of interacting with so many people in Bharat itself, but also Indians living abroad. And the pride, the love that people in this country have for the nation, and the pride and the love that people outside of India have for India, is just growing and growing and growing every day. And their reconnection back to their roots, back to their heritage, back to Dharma.
Clearly looking forward to a stronger India with stronger roots and a taller tree. Sadhvi Bhagawati Saraswati ji, for joining me here on India Today. Many thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Om.